My dad, 6 months ago, was diagnosed with lung cancer. He's been smoking for 30 years. Not the last 10, but he's been smoking for a long time.
They came for the lockers, but what they found was something far more powerful. For over a decade, storage wars turned ordinary people into legends and forgotten lockers into gold mines. We laughed with them, cheered for them, and lived every "you" like it was our own victory. But behind the drama and the deals were real people. Dreamers, risk-takers, and friends who gave their all to the game. Some of them are no longer with us, yet their stories still echo through every auction chant and dusty storage door. Today, we honor the legends we lost, the hearts that made storage wars unforgettable. These are the 10 beloved cast members whose journeys left a mark time can't erase. He didn't need drama to be loved. His warmth spoke for him. Gunter Nieseda, who joined Storage Wars in Season 4, quickly became a fan favorite. With his easygoing charm, humor, and genuine kindness, he stood out as one of the few cast members who never faced hate. His son, Rene Nieseda, once said, "My dad was just one of those guys people loved being around." Off camera, Gunter lived a vibrant and artistic life. He was a talented photographer, a bass player who jammed with rock icons like Michael Schenker and Leslie West, and even appeared in several independent films. But in late 2022, everything changed. After decades of smoking, doctors discovered holes in his lungs. The diagnosis was lung cancer. Despite the grim news, Gunter remained positive. He chose to spend his remaining days at home with family, surrounded by love and peace. In March 2023, Gunter Nieseda passed away in his sleep, peacefully. He was 67. His passing left a hole in the hearts of fans who adored his authenticity. Gunter's legacy lives on as a reminder that the greatest treasures aren't found in storage lockers, but in the kindness we leave behind. Sophisticated, stylish, one of a kind. When Morris "Mo" Prygoff appeared in the very first season of Storage Wars, he immediately became a fan favorite. Known for his impeccable fashion sense and refined personality, Mo brought class and humor to the chaotic world of bidding. He owned River Regency Modern, a Dallas-based antique store where he transformed forgotten items into valuable art pieces. Unlike other bidders who chased quick profits, Mo had a deep respect for history and craftsmanship. Away from the spotlight, he was a respected podiatrist who had treated patients for over 40 years in Dallas, Texas. Collecting antiques wasn't just his side hobby. It was his passion, his way of connecting the past to the present. Sadly, Mo battled illness for several years. On March 4, 2021, he passed away at the age of 78 after a long fight. His passing left a void in the Storage Wars family. To fans, Mo wasn't just another bidder. He was the gentleman of the auction, the man who proved that grace and kindness are worth more than gold. He arrived in flashy suits, luxury cars, and an energy that made every auction feel like a spectacle. Mark Balello, nicknamed Rico Suave, was impossible to ignore. He treated every bid like a poker game, full of confidence and flair. In 2011, he made national headlines when he helped recover a stolen copy of Action Comics #1, the first appearance of Superman, and returned it to actor Nicolas Cage. The comic was worth nearly $1 million, and Mark's honesty made him a standout figure on the show. But behind his confident smile, Mark was fighting personal battles that few knew about. After several run-ins with the law, Mark was arrested again in early 2013. Just days later, overwhelmed and broken, he was found dead in his car in Simi Valley, California, at only 40 years old. His death was ruled a suicide caused by carbon monoxide poisoning. The news shocked fans around the world. For a man who brought so much energy to the screen, it was a heartbreaking reminder that fame can't always silence inner pain. He was the next generation of Storage Wars, the young gun alongside his father, Daryl Sheets. Together, they created one of the show's most loved partnerships, full of energy, humor, and competition. When Brandon left the show in 2017, he traded television fame for a quieter life, working as a UPS truck driver. But in 2024, tragedy almost struck. While asleep in the back of a semi-truck, His co-driver accidentally slammed into another vehicle at nearly 70 miles per hour. The impact destroyed the truck and sent Brandon to the hospital. Miraculously, he survived with only minor injuries. Though his body healed, the experience changed him forever. He later admitted that the emotional scars ran deeper than the physical ones. Brandon's story became one of resilience, a reminder that sometimes surviving is the greatest treasure of all. No one embodied the spirit of Storage Wars like Barry Weiss. Known simply as the Collector, Barry was the show's wild card, eccentric, charming, and endlessly curious. From his skeleton gloves to his vintage cars, everything about him screamed originality. In 2014, Barry's charisma earned him his own spin-off show, Buried Treasure. But in April 2019, tragedy struck when Barry and a friend collided with a car while riding motorcycles through Los Feliz, Los Angeles. The crash left Barry with multiple fractures, serious chest trauma, and severe leg injuries. For a while, fans feared the worst as rumors of his death spread online. But Barry wasn't done yet. After months of recovery, he returned to Storage Wars, welcomed by cheering fans who had missed him dearly. His comeback became a symbol of strength and survival. Proof that some treasures, like resilience and passion, can never be buried. When he accused Storage Wars of staging its storage lockers with planted treasures to boost drama. The accusation led to a public lawsuit and temporary suspension from the show. When he returned, fans welcomed him back. But fate had a harsher test waiting. In 2018, Dave suffered a hemorrhagic stroke caused by high blood pressure and sleep apnea. One day he was on television. The next, he was fighting for his life in a hospital bed, unable to move or speak. Doctors weren't sure he would survive, but against all odds, Dave pulled through. Today, he keeps a lower profile, bidding quietly without the spotlight. For a man once defined by loud competition, his silence now speaks louder. A quiet victory of strength and gratitude. They called him the Gambler, and for good reason. Daryl Sheets was fearless, confident, and always ready to bet big. His boldness paid off when he discovered a storage locker filled with original artwork by Frank Gutierrez, valued at over $300,000, one of the biggest finds in Storage Wars history. But in 2019, life dealt Daryl a near-fatal hand. After feeling ill for weeks, he suffered a heart attack. Doctors performed emergency surgery, inserting stents to save his life. Later, he revealed that his heart had weakened, and his recovery would take years. Today, Daryl focuses on his health and family, stepping away from the intense auction world. His journey from gambler to survivor proves that sometimes the biggest win isn't money. It's another chance to live. Every fan remembers that familiar chant. 150, 160, sold! That was Dan and Laura Dotson, the husband and wife duo who brought rhythm and energy to every episode. They weren't just auctioneers. They were the heartbeat of Storage Wars. But in 2014, tragedy struck. Dan suddenly collapsed after suffering not one, but two brain aneurysms. His speech slurred, his legs gave out, and his skin turned pale. Laura's quick thinking saved his life. She called for help and stayed by his side until paramedics arrived. Miraculously, Dan survived. The experience changed him forever, and he quit smoking immediately. Then, in 2022, the Dotsons faced another nightmare when their son Garrett was shot while visiting his girlfriend in Arizona. The bullet struck one of his major veins, but doctors managed to save him in emergency surgery. Against all odds, Garrett survived. Through every hardship, Dan and Laura remained symbols of strength. Proof that even when the hammer falls, love never quits. They were the fiery young guns of Storage Wars, partners in love and business whose chemistry lit up every episode. But fame couldn't protect them from heartbreak. By 2019, Brandy Passante and Jared Schultz had split, and years later, legal troubles followed. Amid fear and harassment, Brandy rebuilt her life through strength and therapy. Her tattoo said it all, free. A symbol of survival, independence, and rebirth. From heartbreak to hope. Wurtzufthustan to Paruv. The cast of Storage Wars has shown us that life's real treasures aren't found in forgotten lockers, but in the strength to keep going when everything else falls apart. Their stories remind us that behind every bid and every "Yoop" beats a heart that's fought battles we'll never see. If these journeys moved you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more untold stories behind television's most unforgettable legends. Because in the end, the greatest treasures in life aren't the ones we find, they're the ones we carry within us. Thanks for watching.